President Bola Tinubu is expected to depart Abuja for Addis Ababa, Ethiopia today to participate in the 37th Ordinary Section of the Assembly of the African Union Heads of State and Government meeting. Special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Adri Ngelale, in a statement in Abuja, said President Tinubu will join other African leaders in high-level meetings on institutional reforms of the African Union, peace and security. They will also deal with specific thematic issues such as climate change, as well as modalities of participation and priorities of the continental body in the G20. The theme of this year's summit is Educating African Fit for the 21st Century, building resilient education system for increased access to inclusive, lifelong, quality and relevant learning in Africa. The presidential spokesman also said on the margins of the summit, President Tinubu would attend an extraordinary summit of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of ECOWAS in its capacity as the chairman of the regional body. Now, the Nigerian Employer Consultative Association has called for social dialogue to address the rift between the federal government and the organized labor over the issue of economic hardship in the country. NECA made a plea when it met with other stakeholders on Tuesday in Abuja to discuss strategies for advancing equitable and impartial resolution of labor disputes, as well as cultivating amicable employer-employee relations. The parties also discussed how best to maintain their common goal of promoting a forward-thinking and productive labor environment. The forum themed strengthening multipartism and social dialogue, including alternative dispute resolution mechanism for a sustainable industrial relations system in Nigeria, had in attendance top shots in the labor force. In his welcome speech, NECA President Taiwo Adeniyi stated that the social dialogues and alternative dispute resolution procedures such as mediation, adjudication, or arbitration have been recognized by both domestic and international labor organizations as essential to preserving harmony within the industry. Adeniyi asserted that the International Labour Organization and labor law uphold the ideal of impartiality, transparency, and adherence to legal frameworks which form the foundation of the systems. And Ogun State Governor Dakpo Abiodun on Wednesday announced a 5 billion naira intervention fund across all sectors of the economy to fight the current hardship being experienced by the residents of the state. This followed the spreading protests nationwide over growing economic hardship in Nigeria. To address this in Ogun, Abiodun announced a series of phased-out initiatives aimed at reducing and cushioning the economic burden of the people. Abiodun made the announcement while addressing journalists in his office in Okemosan, Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. The intervention, according to the governor, included education support grants for students, health insurance scheme, payment of backlog salary, deduction of workers, and distribution of food palliatives. And the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, has said that the federal government cannot continue to subsidize the power sector. Adelabu said this while expressing concerns over the poor electricity supply situation in the country, caused by numerous issues, including outstanding subsidy debt. Briefing journalists in Abuja yesterday, the minister said the nation must begin to move towards a cost-effective tariff model, as the country is currently indebted to the tune of 1.3 trillion naira to generating companies and $1.3 billion oil gas companies. According to him, over 2 trillion naira needed for subsidy, only 450 billion naira was budgeted this year. He said the state governments will now be allowed to generate power independently to supply power to the state. This is coming days after the International Monetary Fund advised President Bola Tinubu-led administration to completely phase out electricity subsidy in the country, despite the hardship Nigerians are facing since the removal of fuel subsidy in May 2023. 60 reps proposed bills to return Nigeria to the parliamentary system. 60 members of the House of Representatives have sponsored bills proposing the alteration of the 1999 Constitution as amended to transit from the current presidential system to parliamentary system by 2031. The three proposed bills were introduced on the floor of the House of the Plenary on Wednesday and read by the Clerk of the House. The bills are Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, Alteration Bill 2024, and Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, Alteration Bill 2024, HB 1117. Now, briefing journalists after the plenary, the lawmakers said they came together across the party affiliations and regional background to propose the bill. The spokesperson of the parliamentary bill sponsor, Abdul Samad Dasuki, said the proposed alteration, when passed, would significantly impact the national political landscape. He said the collapse of the First Republic and long stretch of military rule culminated in the adoption of a new system of government, which was theoretically fashioned after the presidential system of the United States. And the Federal Capital Territory Administration has demolished what it's called illegal buildings and shanties in Gwanripa, with over 15,000 occupants affected. The director of the Department's Development Control of the FCT, Mukhtar Galadima, who supervised the exercise, explained that the illegal buildings obstructed Artery Road 16 that ran from the Federal Secretariat through Maitama, Katangbe, Jahi to Gwanripa. He said that the engineering department of the FCTA was ready to begin construction on the road as soon as the demolition was completed, adding that the project had already been awarded. And these structures were illegal built on the road corridor. That is why they are coming to remove them, because the engineering department will start the road construction right away. That is why they have to remove the obstacles that are preventing them from the road construction. He also said some of the victims are being relocated to some other places, noting that about 15,000 people who were staying there illegally.